Let me start off by saying, man, today was a fucking bad day. It seemed like every time I wear this pink shirt, there's always something going on. But it's more of just annoyance, basically. Like I'm sitting up there, like, I'm not even gonna go through it. But then it's just like I'm gonna just say this: my computer. Earlier today, I turned on my computer because I was like, what did I say I was gonna do? Oh yeah, I was gonna do the shoe. I was gonna work on one of my shoes. And so I was like, okay, let me do this real quick. And I did it. I turned it off and then I went back to sleep. Now I woke back up at 7 o'clock and it's like once I type in my password, it would say welcome at the bottom. And it took a while. So I was like, so what the fuck is this? What's going on? I knew something was wrong. And then it would just go to the like where all the icons and stuff is. It went to that screen. But then it was like it would just be black. Like nothing would pop up. So I'm sitting up here like, come on, what is this? You know what I'm saying? And then I like turned it off, did it again, same thing happened. Turned it off, did it again, same thing happened. And I waited like mad minutes. Like what doesn't usually take that long. I was sitting here waiting all this time and just going through some shit. And so I'm like, dude. So then the third time I waited because I was watching this like YouTube video, like, you know, what's really going on. So I'm seeing this dude, and while I'm waiting, it pops up. And I had it on ever since. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, what the fuck is going on for real? It's just trash. It's just always something all the time. And then I had to like call my like doctor and medical provider today. I'm like, bro, and you got to be waiting on hold forever just to talk to somebody. And then the lady, you know, the automatic voice lady, just be giving me all these prompts and shit. Like, just get me to who I need to get to. And anyway. Anyway, I made this video about I made this video on my Spitting Games channel called Afrofuturism. And then I uploaded the same video. It's called Time Machine on the Brojito RDX page. And I was talking about, you know, like I was doing a lot of stuff, you know, like before terms got popular in society, you know, like the Afrofuturism. You know, I got plus size chicks in my comic book, but there was no like plus size like community and people talking about that. So I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all just been late. And so yeah, no. Anyway, and so, you know, like when did I see Afro Samurai? When did I see that? Like, damn. Like basically when it first came out, like around that time. Cause I remember my cousin had it and he was showing me the shit. And so like around that time, like I knew about the Black Samurai Yusuke. And I was like, damn, this would be a cool movie. Cause when a friend of mine gave me this writing program, I was like, oh, that would be a cool, like then around that time I met him was kind of like I saw Afro Samurai before I met him, but it was kind of all around that same time. And so I was like, yeah, that would be cool to have like a Black Samurai because that's never been talked about. You know what I'm saying? And then now it seems like, you know, people are starting to discover who Yusuke is or Yosuke. You know, because the story goes that he was a slave. The Portuguese enslaved him, and then the Portuguese ship was like, let me see if I can remember this. The Portuguese traveled with this dude, and then he went to Japan, and everybody liked him. And there's one, I guess he was like a guy. Oh, damn. He was like, it was some other samurai dude, and he liked him. And you know, he was trying to rub his skin to see if the black will come off of him. You know, so he took a liking to the dude, and you know, he trained him and everything to be like his bodyguard. So he basically was a samurai. So, you know, the samurai dude, you know, had like problems with some other like clan, and the clan fought the clan, and the dude died. But Yosuke, he fought the one dude, and I think he let him live or something like that. And then he went off. Now, like, all his history was true, but like the one part that's kind of like up in the air is the fact that nobody knows, like, because the story goes after the master died and Yosuke beat the dude. Yosuke went off and became a pirate. The pirate part is kind of like the part that's up in the air. But there was like a real like black samurai. And it just goes to show you like if you see like old Japanese pictures, like old Japanese pictures, they're like, you see Asian people like Japanese, they have like afros, like they have like Asian features, but they're real dark looking. Like they're black, and they have like froze. And so like, you know, this stuff isn't new. You see what I'm like if you're in the know, you knew about this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But see, now, like I said, now certain people are getting into this whole, like, we're gonna think differently from what we usually was thinking. And it's just kind of like, man, y'all just coming in the game way late. I mean, everybody doesn't know everything, but it's just kind of like funny that this is happening. You know, even if you look at black history, like if I say like this dude named Gerald Larson, like, people wouldn't know who he was. He just sound like, you know, just a regular dude. But he created Channel F. Channel F was a system that, like, cause systems had, like, I think back in the day they just had whatever game on this, like, regardless of that. Gerald Larson made the mechanism to switch in cartridges. So if it wasn't for him, Nintendo and all the other systems wouldn't have the mechanism to switch cartridges. But Gerald Larson was that dude, a black guy that made it. He passed away a couple years ago. And then it was and then if you look at Mark Hanna, he helped create the 3D image, like in movies. So without him, there would be no like Transformers or other movies with like 3D stuff in it. So Mark Hanna was the dude who introduced like 3D images in video games. Him and like a couple other people, but he was a dude that was part of the whole shit. So like now you're starting to see a lot of black people jump on this train like, oh yeah, you know, like almost like, I don't know, like this, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like y'all just late, bro. Like there was a black woman who invented the home security system. Without her, there would be no home security system. Because I remember a while back, because somebody was saying something stupid like, you know, black people don't invent anything. So I was like, bitch, that ain't true. And so I remember looking that shit up one time. Oh, okay, here it is. I was looking that shit up one time and I was like, God damn. I'm looking at all this shit that we did. I'm like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, because a matter of fact, I had to research this for my mini series. And I'm just seeing like I think the refrigerator, the car, because Ford just mass produced it, but the Patterson Car Company did the shit. Like obviously the gas mask, the internet. There was a whole bunch of other stuff. The lawnmower. I think some dude helped modernize the first like air conditioning unit or something like that. So it's just like a whole bunch of stuff that we did, and it's just like I'm sitting up here looking at it and I'm like, yeah, I mean, then you had homegirl that did the GPS. You know what I'm saying? Because I was kind of tired of hearing the narrative that like black people are lazy and never did nothing. And I'm like, bitch, everything that you're doing now, damn near black people invented the shit. Like, what was some dude with Granville T. Woods did that. The golf tee, a black person made that. I mean, it's just a whole bunch of stuff that we did that we didn't get credit for because black people weren't allowed to own patents. You see what I'm saying? Or just like all the historical things that we was a part of. Like, come on, man. I'm just like, bro, where y'all been at? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so crazy. Like it's just crazy seeing like black people starting to catch up to the shit now. I mean, it's cool. I ain't shitting. I'm not shitting on nobody, but I'm just like, man. I mean, and plus, like, the internet wasn't a big thing back in the day. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool to see like us finally getting on that whole thing. But it's like, dude, it took y'all a long time to get this far, basically. Like, I'm not trying to say I'm like some wise man sitting on a mountain or nothing, but damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a whole bunch of, like, a black woman invented the cabinet bed. Like, I'm trying to think about it because I'm trying to think about the stuff I wrote in my mini series. I'm not gonna say nothing about it, but it's just, dude had a shock to the system. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I had to reduce a research on that. Because, like I said, I don't want to say nothing, but anyway, yeah, but I don't know, bro. Seeing this, it's just like the Richard Pryor skit in the Pyramid that my mom used to tell me about all the time. And it's kind of like, yeah, now the shit is coming to fruition. Like, we see all these things that we did, and it's like nobody ever knew about it. You know what I'm saying? But it's like it's just like we came up with like modern medicine, and we did, what else we do? Mathematics. We did all like astrology. We did all the stuff in back in the day in ancient Egypt and stuff. And it's just like, you know, the white people just came by, colonized, and stole it. I mean, that's just what happened. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit up there and be like, oh no, that's not true. It's like, stop. And it's just like, you know, you hear racist white people saying some stupid shit like we built on Western civilization. Well, if that's the case, why the fuck you need slaves to build the shit then? If you built Western civilization, if you ain't do shit, shut the fuck up and just stop lying. Because if you built it, we would have still been in Africa somewhere. And you just trying to lie to make yourself feel good. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit, wait, hold up. See, talking about this made me mess up. You know what I'm saying? Because they be always saying like we were the Egyptians and we were the Indians. Like, damn, how you all these different groups of people at one time? When white people didn't come until like thousands and thousands of years after the pyramids was built. You know what I mean? I mean, y'all didn't come like eons later. You know, like mass civilizations was built before you showed up. But then you got people believing in lies. They be talking shit and don't even know what the fuck they talking about. I mean, just talking shit just because they heard it from a family member, or like heard it in like read it in a textbook that lies to everybody like all this time. Just like those what's it called, daughters of the Confederacy. Like, they sat up there and lied about the history of the shit, trying to make it seem like they won, and you got nutsacks believing this shit. You know what I mean? Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. You ain't win. Stop acting like you won. Y'all motherfuckers was traitors. I mean, just. I mean, why even be mad at it? Yo, folks was traitors with the whole Confederate and all that shit. I mean, y'all was traitors. I mean, that's just what happened. Don't sit up there and try to romanticize the shit. I mean, y'all was traitors. I mean, just accept the shit and just be like, yeah, it happened. That was fucked up. Don't still try to, like, yeah, we really won. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, what? Like, you don't see, like, the 92 Portland Trail Blazers still acting like they beat the Bulls. Like, nah. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like, it's just like my grandmother be saying, you know, she be saying shit like, because I had to even tell her about, like, you know, people are starting to be, you know, knowing about history. You know, you got a lot of black people starting to get into the history books. Like, this one dude was saying, like, back in the day, you couldn't be a samurai if you wasn't black. That's what he said. Now, I didn't do my research on that part, but that's what he said. And he's a historian. So, I'm not going to say I believe him 100%, but I could feel, like, the validity in it. And it's like, why would he lie? But I just need to do the research on myself, like for myself. But it's just like, you know, I was telling my grandmother, I was like, yeah, like, cause she don't be on YouTube like that. So I was like, yeah, a lot of black people are starting to know our history. Cause she was always saying like, you know, the problem is black people, we don't know our history and we don't know where we come from and what we did. And I'm sitting up here like, what? Like, I had to tell her, like, a lot of black people on YouTube are getting that whole history thing. And she was like, you know, that's good and everything, you know, as long as people are, you know, finding out and telling people, like, yeah, that's what's happening. You know, people are doing it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you just found out a whole bunch of stuff. You see what I'm saying? Like Mansa Musa. Who was it? Hannibal. You start hearing? I mean, but I heard about Hannibal and Mansa Musa. I mean, that's kind of like, that's kind of elementary at this point. You know, a lot of black people know about that. Well, I can't say a lot. I don't know, but enough. You know, cause even cause I remember my mom was saying this before Tyler Perry had his studio. Like, you know, how come Oprah and Tyler Perry and, you know, other rich like actors and producers and stuff can't make like real Egyptian movies? Because you had these guys in Egypt and, you know, the Ten Commandments where they like whitewashed everything. But like, how come like Tyler Perry and them couldn't make like historical black movies to tell the real history and truth about it? You know what I'm saying? Wow, what the fuck? So it was like, I mean, but now since he got a studio, I mean, maybe it will happen. But at the same time, though, I mean, shit. I mean, cause I was thinking about writing. I was thinking about writing a little something for somebody. I ain't gonna say who, but I was thinking about it. You know, just for, you know, just for my own benefit, just to, you know, I don't want to say use it as a practice script, but just to, you know, just to do it. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of like use it to kind of have like a certain small little writing style just for this movie. You know what I mean? But that's what I was kind of thinking about doing. Cause these stories are not even, these stories are not told. Nobody knows about these stories existing like that. You know what I mean? I know I said this in one of the last videos I did, these braids. It's every time. It's just, and then I gotta see where it's going at. Like, for real, for real. Because this shit is confusing. Because as soon as you turn the depth down, you lose count, which is weird. I mean, you don't see. I'm gonna just say this: like, you don't have to go into wireframe mode, but I'm doing it since the braids are basically clumped up. If it was like regular like braids, like cornrow or something like that, I wouldn't have to go into wireframe mode. but I'm just doing it, like I said, because it's clumped up. And so I could see, you know, through everything. So that's why I'm kind of going back and forth. Like, you don't have to do this in normal hairstyles and circumstances, but just for this one, I have to, just to make sure everything's even. And then as soon as this is counted right, because I'm gonna try to get this done quick, because I have to like turn my computer off and turn it back on to see if it's gonna take as long to get back up, because it was just acting weird. It's just like, after all this time, bro, like, I had this computer since January 11th 2020. Now all of a sudden it's just is acting like, oh wait, what? Oh, now it's acting like there's some problem. And you're gonna do it after I turn it off and turn it back on. If it was a problem, then just do the shit while I'm on it. So I'll be like, oh shit. Don't sit up there and like, oh, I just don't feel like working today. Come on, man, you a computer, bro. Anyway, like I said, damn. Like I said, I'm gonna try to do this quick. So I can finish what I'm doing. But yeah, but anyway, going back to what I was saying, it's just like, when you see a lot of things and a lot of like stuff in history, and you be like it was just like in I was watching this documentary a couple weeks ago, and they was talking about the Harlem Hellhounds, or like the black, how the black soldiers was treated in, I think, World War One. No, it was World War Two. And it's like they was showing like how documentaries just excluded all the black soldiers out of it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like how they were saying, talking about Saving Private Ryan, didn't mention none of the black people's stories and that. And it's just like, but you would have like a lot of white people thinking we didn't do anything or contribute in this shit. Like, we fought in every American war. No other group of people could claim that. We fought in every single war America fought in. But then they'll have you thinking that we didn't do nothing. And I'm like, bitch, when? Like, I mean, you've heard the story of Crispus Attucks. You know what I'm saying? Some people may not have heard, but I'm just like, come on, bro. Okay, here it is. Here it is. I'm gonna save this, because then the next step is kind of almost always confusing. But what is it? You select them, turn them into the mesh, join them, and then the last step is check that emitter and go to what's called fiber. It's something. What's it called? Add to hair fiber. What is it? Yeah, add to hair fibers. But you gotta check this off first. And try not to select anything else. Is that all 5 of them? Damn, that'd be fucked up if I left one of them out, but it looked like all 5. Convert the mesh. Then Control J. I mean, this, well, like I said, it's not long enough for it. This better not crash, but I mean, it's not that long. It's not that many, so it should be all right. I just gotta wait. Don't touch nothing. But yeah, I mean, dude, we built this country up, bro. I mean, it's just like this whole reparations thing. I've been hearing about like reparations, and it's just like, dude, like I said, I'm 100% for reparations. But it's just so crazy hearing people that's not for it. And it's like you got mad nutsacks talking about like, oh, if my family was from the Caribbean, they came somewhere in 1965. Should I get it? Like, no, you shouldn't. If you can't trace your shit back to this American slave plantations, then you get nothing, bro. I mean, this is not rocket science. And then everybody else got, they got their stuff, and that's cool. Like the Asians got it from the internment camps. The Jewish people got it from the Holocaust. The Native Americans get it, but it comes to black people who built this country up for free. It's like, no, you can't get it, and you will be amazed where your tax dollars really go to. To say like, oh, where would our tax dollar? Like, how would we pay for it, motherfucker? How did you pay for all the military spending? The military, when they spend shit, who do you think money they're using? For wars that we don't advocate for and don't want anymore. We never really wanted it to begin with. So where you think that shit is coming from? Come on, bro. I mean, just think if you worked a job. You worked a job and you was like, okay, where's my money? They're like, oh, our money's kind of tied up. I mean, can't you wait a week? But like, okay, wait a week. And like, okay, where's my money at? Like, oh, I got robbed and we're trying to do like an insurance claim. You know what I mean? It's just all these little runarounds and shit. Like, motherfucker, you wouldn't stand for that shit either. You worked and you worked your finger to the bone. You're gonna want your money back. And it don't matter like, oh, but that was 100 years ago. Who gives a fuck? Motherfuckers, the Native Americans had their land taken from them eons ago, so they getting shit. So and don't sit. It was like this one chick. It was this one chick I remember, and she was talking about like, cause I brought up the reservations, and she was like saying something like, oh, reservations ain't reparations. It was something like that she was saying. But see, I mean, cause it was a live stream. And I wasn't gonna say a lot of stuff in the live stream, but I knew a Native American. Oh damn, this shit is taking forever. But I knew a Native American chick. Oh, she was telling me all the shit that was going on. Oh yeah, I could see the cameras kind of. Oh. I could kind of see the camera lagging. But anyway, yeah, it was this Native American girl I used to know when I lived in New Mexico. She was like, yeah, we get tax breaks. We get like free health care and free college. It was a whole bunch of stuff she was saying. And I was like, word? And she was like, yeah, cause it was around the time she was like, we're trying to get rid of Christopher Columbus Day. And I was like, oh yeah, I mean that is like, cause she was like, Christopher Columbus is an enemy to our people. And I was like, I could feel that. You know, I wasn't trying to fight this shit like, oh, Christopher Columbus. Like, I wasn't saying nothing crazy. I was just like, you know, that's how she felt. I wasn't gonna dispute her, but like I could see why she feels that way. I'm not gonna be like, oh, you shouldn't deserve it, blah 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 blah. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's more than just reservations. Y'all got a whole bunch of shit that y'all don't pay and get for free. And then you got these $5 Indians running around that ain't really Native Americans. Like, come on, bro. But when black people ask for just some fair shit, like we worked for free to get all these immigrants over here, then you got immigrants saying like, oh, you shouldn't get nothing. If it wasn't for us, you wouldn't be here in the first goddamn place. Don't tell me what I shouldn't get. When it would literally benefit everybody. Let us get the shit. Watch how the world reacts. The world would react in wouldn't react in a positive way, but I mean, but it would benefit. Let black people get stuff. All the world's problems will be fixed. That's all I'm gonna say. We will fix the world's problems. But anyway, as of now, I'm done, and I rambled on long enough, and I'm gonna see what's up with this. So I'm out. Money over stink hole.